Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Vritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha, the ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishnavandana. Vasudeva sutam devam kansachanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 13th adhyay of Kshetradnya Yoga, the yoga of the field and knower of the field. Now, what is this field? The body is the field. The individual, the frame, this physical frame of all the individual beings in this world is the field. And knower of the field is the one who has brought this out. Who knows what this field is? Who knows each and every aspect of this field? And Sri Krishna has told us in the beginning in the 5th and 6th verses of this adhyaya that how this field, how this Kshetra is composed of those 24 cosmic principles, the 24 tattvas in this creation. Mahabhutanyahankaro buddhiravyaktameva cha indriyani dashaikam cha panche chendriya gocharaha. All these Mahabhuta, Panchamahabhuta, and the ahankar, the egoism, the Panchamahabhutas, the 5 primary principles, all these earth, water, ether, air, fire, these 5 cosmic principles basically, along with, coupled with the ahankara, the egoism, buddhi, the intellect, that internal faculty of intellect, of discrimination, of discernment, what is right, what is wrong. Avyaktam evacha, and also that avyakta, that thing without any form, which can, the unmanifest, which is residing in this Kshetra. Those things, plus indriyani dashaikam cha, the 10 senses and sense organs, the 5 senses and the 5 sense organs, this combination. Indriya gocharaha, and one who the perceives all these senses. Indriya gocharaha, the knower of the senses, the perceiver of the senses, the perceiver of the sense objects for that matter. So this is how this entire field is composed of. And then this field gets its modifications in the form of desire, hatred, Ichha dvesha sukham dukkham sanghataschetana dhruti etat kshetram samasena savikaram udartam. This body is it is reflected by the modifications in its stature. Modifications like desire, hatred, when the desire is not fulfilled, anger, pleasure, pain, all these aggregate influences, and intelligence. Now, the negative modifications as well as positive modifications, like the intelligence. Intelligence helps us to discern, to discriminate between what is good, what is bad. The firmness of being resolute on this path of knowing what is our real nature. That firmness, that dhriti. These are the negative and positive traits which modify this kshetra, which are exhibited in this kshetra. All of us, all the beings for that matter, they are composed of these modifications of desire, hatred, pleasure, pain. And thus, Krishna says, this is how the kshetra has been defined, comprising of the 24 cosmic principles and various modifications of desire, anger, pleasure, pain, and all those things. So, having told us about the kshetra as such, now Sri Krishna also tells us what the Kshetradnya is. And before getting right into the description of the Kshetradnya, Dnya is knower of the field. So now what is this knowledge? Sri Krishna has already told us in the 12th Shloka that we read last. Sri Krishna told us, Jneyam yat pravakshami yajñātvāmṛtam aṣnute anādimat param brahma na sattannāsat tucchate. That is, Jneyam yat tat pravakshami. I shall describe you, which has to be known. Now, Sri Krishna says, he has told us about what is field, kshetra. Now, Sri Krishna tells us, I will tell you that which is to be known. Using all the faculties of this kshetra, the intelligence, the dhruti, all those things that he had spoken about in the 5th and 6th shloka. Using those internal faculties, using the intelligence, using the buddhi, using the dhruti, now what is to be known, that Krishna is going to tell us. I shall describe that which has to be known, knowing which, yat jñātvā amrutam aṣnute, knowing which one reaches immortality. There is no more fear of birth and death again. There is no more repetition of the cycles of birth and death. Knowing that one reaches immortality. That is the ultimate liberation. Anadim mat param brahma na sattat na asat uchyate. That which is to be known is anadi. It is beginningless. It doesn't have a beginning. It doesn't have an end. It is anadi. And not only anadi, param brahma. It is that supreme Brahman, supreme reality, the ultimate reality. Na sat tat na asat uchyate. It is not said to be sat or asat. It is beyond that. Even sat and asat, the real and unreal, it has a limitation. But the Brahman, Parabrahman, is beyond Sat and Asat. You can term Sat by certain qualities. You can name Asat by certain qualities. But Brahman, the Parabrahman, is beyond the Sat and Asat, beyond the being and non-being, beyond the real and the unreal. And then Sri Ramakrishna had told us something on this particular shloka, that Akhanda Brahman can be experienced in Samadhi only. What follows is all silence. Once a person knows that which is to be known of what Sri Krishna is telling us in this shloka, he is going to tell us now, henceforth, that which is to be known. And Sri Ramakrishna says, once that is known, there is samadhi, and then what follows? There is total silence. Inquiry into the nature of the Purusha and Prakriti, knowledge or ignorance, all these cogitations, they come to an end. Once having known that, what Sri Krishna is going to tell us about, having known that, we go beyond Purusha Prakriti, we go beyond Sat Asat, we go beyond the ultimate reality and the unreal facet of this creation. We go beyond that. That's what Sri Ramakrishna has told us. Beatitude alone persists. Bliss alone persists. There, the position of the Jivatman is the same as that of salt doll, incapable of surviving a sea bath. Supposing we prepare a doll using the common salt, and we try to give a bath to that doll in water, what happens? It just merges into the water. We can't even see the traces of that salt. It just vanishes into the blue. It just vanishes into the water, and that's what Sri Ramakrishna says. That having known that, which Sri Krishna is going to tell us about, there is no more differentiation. There is no more Sat Asat. There is no more Purusha Prakriti. The ultimate indweller reaches beyond the comprehension of the Sat and Asat, beyond the comprehension of the reality and the unreal. So now, from 13th Shlok that we are going to read today, Sri Krishna is going to tell us all about that Kshetradnya, the knower of the field. So the 13th Shlok. Sarvataḥ pāṇipādaṃ tatsarvato'kṣiśiromukham sarvataḥ śrutimalloke sarvamāvṛtya tiṣṭhati. Now Sri Krishna has started defining that ultimate truth, that ultimate knower of the field. Sarvataḥ pāṇipādaṃ. Pani is hand, Padam is feet. Sarvataḥ. His hands and feet, they are everywhere. And that is what we saw Sri Krishna showed us in that the Vishvarupa Darshan Yoga. He showed us this creature, this ultimate reality, the universal form of the Lord, the cosmic form of the Lord. It has innumerable hands and feet. And Sri Krishna here once again is telling us that sarvataḥ pāṇipādaṃ. His hands and feet are everywhere. tatsarvato'kṣiśiromukham. With eyes and heads and mouths everywhere. Everything is pervaded by that ultimate individual, for that matter. His hands, his feet, his eyes, his head, his mouth. They are everywhere. Kshetra sarvataḥ. Everything is occupied. Everything is pervaded by these so-called organs of that ultimate reality. The locomotory organs, the senses, and sarvataḥ śrutimalloke. That even with his ears are everywhere. śrutimalloke. All the directions are filled with his ears. sarvamāvṛtya tiṣṭhati. And that being, that Kshetradnya, exists, having enveloped everything, having pervaded everything. sarvamāvṛtya tiṣṭhati. So that is his nature. Now Sri Krishna is slowly telling us what that ultimate reality is, what that ultimate knower is, knower of the field is. He is the one who has his hands and feet everywhere. who has his eyes, heads, mouths everywhere, who has his ears everywhere, who has all his senses everywhere. Now, what Sri Krishna tries to explain in this shloka, that we all individual beings, for that matter, we have our own hands, we have our own feet, we have our own eyes, mouths, heads. Every being has got these. Now, are these ours? Sri Krishna says, no. These all belong to that ultimate reality. These all belong to that ultimate knower of this field, the Kshetradnya. And he has pervaded everything. He has sarvamāvṛtya tiṣṭhati. There is not a single nook and corner in this entire universe, in this entire space, which is not occupied by that Kshetradnya. So this is just the start of the description of Kshetradnya, how vast it is. And this is what is going to lead us to understand the ultimate reality and take us beyond the sat asat that Sri Krishna has talked about in the 12th shloka. A river assumes the characteristics of the sea as it flows to its proximity. Before the Jivatman merges into Nirguna Brahma, he gets a panoramic view and realization of Ishvara. Now, Sri Krishna is in a way giving us an idea of what a Jivatman is going to get a ultimate panoramic view. We are going to view that Vishwarupa. We are going to view that ultimate reality whose hands and feet, whose mouths, whose eyes, whose heads, whose ears, whose all the senses, they have spread over everywhere. This ultimate being has pervaded everything, the entire space. So this is what is going to happen when the Jivatman gets that inkling of what is my relationship with that Paramatman, with that Parabrahman. While the multitudinous beings seem to have their own individualities, they are actually part and parcel of the cosmic entity. And Sri Krishna is here telling this, what you consider to be my hand, my mouth, my eyes, my head, my ears. No, my dear friend, nothing belongs to you. All these, and not only of you, of all the creatures, of all the individuals, of all the beings, what you see is nothing but the ultimate. Your hands are his hands. Your mouth is his mouth. Your eyes are his eyes. Your head is his head. Your ears are his ears. All your senses are his senses. That anyway is going to come next. There is nothing outside the pale of Ishvara. Everything is pervaded. Sarvamāvṛtya tiṣṭhati. That he has existed, he has enveloped all, he has pervaded everything. Not an atom can move independent of Ishvara. One Supreme Purusha puts on the role of this innumerable. We are all part of that. And because of that ahankara, we have this ignorance that I am this body, I am so and so, I am such a person, I am so talented, I am so knowledgeable, I am so rich, I have got so many properties. Who am I? I just take aside I, just drop the I, and you know the reality. Nothing exists apart from that Kshetradnya, that sarvamāvṛtya tiṣṭhati. Now, what Sri Ramakrishna has to say on this? Sri Ramakrishna says, as long as there is a trace of egoism in me, I see Ishvara as the owner of the universe and all the beings in it. Till the time this I is there is a difference between me and the Ishvara. The moment I gets dropped, There is no difference between me and the Ishvara. There is no difference between me and all the beings in this universe, for that matter. We are all the manifestations of that same divine reality. That is what Sri Ramakrishna says. So that's what Sri Krishna says here, that whatever hands, mouth, feet, and eyes, ears, and heads that you see, they are all me. They all belong to that ultimate reality who has enveloped, who has pervaded this entire universe. So that is just a starting introduction of the Kshetradnya by Sri Krishna in this 13th shloka. With that, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.